criminal cases in permanent quantum until they dear and see a t-shirt a chiri because already cases are not also. Let's say I mentioned the to be a criminal no media. About criminal cases are quantum because Constitution name will say criminal cases solely deal with human rights of the person. And no one case I would differ with them until directly to do with.
Whenever I say my PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
Yeah, minimum under Article 142. Your Casa Tribunal. I see a special court to be Chief Justice, what to me, say, or to me, a creative, whatever. Pacho, Article 142, any Article 143 of the 1992 Constitution. In the tribunal, you was seminar Asia. Who, especially Rollins, revolution time, you can't see the court tribunal, and you woo, Nipa Bebre, and Sam, may do woo. Now, what the back, bro, for Casemua, tribunal is not different from a friend saying court. Adia Bako. Namom said, the senior was civilian regime, no? The 1992 Constitution, no, Amayatia, said, under our law, tribunal is one part of the ordinary court. Into court to court, ya no, Adia Bako. As opposed to another court, Constitution, no, on one answer that actually didn't say. Tribunal, Chief Justice, what to me, that to me a creative, may I say.
Okay. And the lawyer, Chayemu Kakra, when a course so our parliament, no, and so soon a what the award and 1992 Constitution, and again, I'm passing you.
But generally speaking, no, Constitution, no, actually, quite a fast to create idea. Okay. Your career, now a fee, a basse. Parliament name why specific about near constitution no account, that is to say constitution ne dia no a skeleton na parliament ne what to me say ode enam ebe dura ho no de dura ho so a ohwe yie say en atirin ko ba bia the moment ebe patra ko ba bi no yetimi ade wo court near Wakan, why no parliamentary unconstitutional. It is a who be some question no, and one is a may sign the work back to the constitution. Say constitution accountable near parliamentary biano of what constitution no so say. Yanfa court be mera your friend tribunal. Yanfa court be mera. Your friend a tribunal. Na sa court no ni dwumadie by and large no and it's a try criminal cases. Try criminal cases. Okay. So what to me under Article 143 said wo no ye you can say almost I will appellate power, that is to say court in Ketwa no share High Court Moase, District Magistrate Court, and Circuit Court. One more appeal, no, be at meba a tribunal. So the meaning for every lawyer, no, and they say, for every lawyer, no, and they say, the Circuit Court di asem. Na case na odino a criminal court wa free na ko ye jitu mu appeal no enko high court biem e be court tribunal and district magistrate court edi asem na e ba se be court appeal na asem na obudi ye no e criminal case ya enko main high court ni biem e be court tribunal and tribunal no mu no so to me originated case or originate, that is to me start a case or a case by criminal cases. So obi a what here mediano and tiasia at this time no onyano and say see the high court judge at now not the bia obi enemy say Ghana civil cases na ko high court na do so sene criminal cases no and you company cases no more a chain criminal cases obi enim sa and I say near the criminal be abetu until lawyer ni be a otm no enim say wo some of the courts you to me catch yourself be a juada benada ukuada ene yawada yedi civil cases bi eduru fiada nko ade ebe criminal obi so se wukuada bia eye criminal cases na nia ya ha adwene ne se wobetuma Africa afri akokuma se ana second woni ni se wo case ba so wobedu se oh na woni sa court we de Wednesday bia no yenye civil cases so ye criminal na se we sign which na me gidi se chief justice yi a wo wo se no ode adwene na ode aba parliament di ye adwuma se constitution na di kan tribunal ho asem adan ne yen create court to be a wo mo de criminal cases are no mbe and the advantage in practice and they say sa court and am say criminal nko no mbe nti judge bia ye de wo ebetena you learn fast on the job rather than say oh yes so now we hear criminal we say it is a football yeah boy so we do obi do to poll mu a oni madwuma wo se o meye we do obi to number 9 sa samoaja na semenwa ono so ni madwuma ye say omra meye na sa we ya ne say wo mu nyina obi etumu wura baabi a opa including Bashadefo and they were no football and no war. Indirectly, in the almost patch as a bulk of the criminal cases, de Article 142, not the young fan ye Jumano, ye de babe ye a Juma. Say, your friend is saying cases, criminal cases in Bako, and also Buama cases are not aqua and temperature. Say, the war case, our high court and our circuit court. No more you 1 or 2 days, home dear criminal. Now, just within the week, yes, you see criminal cases in German and quantum until they dear. I see a Trisha a chiri because already cases are not also. Last time I mentioned the to be a omodia criminal no mudia. About my criminal cases are quantum because constitution name will say criminal cases solely deal with human rights of the person. And no one case I would differ with them until directly to do with human rights. Now human rights, so I say in the case I say quantum, different from private case to say land case. As I see, I'm found baby, you want to me, Masuma, it is your chance as a woman, so not 10 years, and how will be Opacosi, Abrasai, pen, fetches, so would differ. You really a woo for man, you are deep, no befadina. Now I'm a criminal, dear, so one in Tankama. The Bianis, I know young will say, Biano be so to Quanco Hospital, a bridge or Kofan, no man or Koyebi, or could a criminal case in engineer the BB warrant to be a opportunity airport. Civil cases and Tessa. And this will be a journey. No, Chief Justice, Chief Justice will be as soon himself. When you're NDC and on your NPP, on show, sir, you know. No one article 142 said Chief Justice will to me. So be creative tribunal.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think tribunal new because even we go back to 1979 constitution, the chairman and a ba we not a woman are part of your friend say your court hierarchy, and in 1992 so the same thing or structure na your set a see na a kahubi any new addition to your system say a new thing and an air bar. Mate say ba wo miatie nsem na o kana o se constitutional review committee adwuma constitutional review committee no eguso oye na adwuma make a recommendation what has to be done and the end is but the year ka ho asem no ade a wo constitution num dada what you need is a law about implementing. So this particular bill here is an implementing tool. I be activate clause at the constitution from 1979 so it's not a new thing. And what you say Kufo ba na obe critique court be say a fast track high court and odi amamfo gigigigi do 7 year jail near the court and Chachuchi Kata on the 28th of February 2002 a challenge said that particular court no any jurisdiction to try facing an yes and Supreme Court jena sem no to botu gu say yes any ho kwan say a jail obi and I say edi obi asem on criminal matter omko tena say omko ade 2-3 judges kan number 10 ruling say etimi a jail amamfo a jail chachu Abodapi, your friend is saying, Kwame Pepra, Solomon, and several other people through this quarter, and the constitutionality was challenged. You know, ye jinaso swani pardon when you know go prison, maybe woo ye, and my mom being young kwamba, and young kwamba, been to the Biano Moody Hospital, Kwanyaba. So, this is the history I yet home, I will chroma say. By say tribunal system banana sa tribunal no enya kangaroo tribunal and a tribunal ya situated within the context of yamra. I'm sure there is no problem because I have read the memorandum early because what the bill be acquired. It should be accompanied by a memorandum explaining what details of it. What can say you can't the word tribunal. Ghana for invoke certain negative passions and emotion because of PNDC Brasso during the military their course and Parliament today I can't say they are aware of that particular sentiment in NPP for okay. And I'm saying making sure say the provisions of 1992 constitution and the criminal procedure and Act 29 making sure refine this particular within that particular context. Okay. Concourse pele over as SS a fear na so extensive work I go into this particular thing. And I get consultation and as for members of reference as some of my cat way no come but when ye pass 11 and as for in the course of Kruma I yet timid your first date she able to point. And no, the wrongness say we are a process no go through ya contravene any of the laid down procedures and I say Mrabia, then we will be right to say any NDC for Nkwana the bill webabonte or Parliament the way they operate at the almost all the work happen at the committee level. Yeah. Committee no qua NPP 40 so NDC 40 so and almost even constitutional committee when it comes to a brand they go through committee. Abrasa nema we nyina cause ya nte red flags bi obi akwatele ba bi akaka say you can say no one jantum you can say no one jantum omo go through the process ni nyina ba do a pointer ye pass it and at that point now we are an outsider catches and consort then the point is that we grow for now we are part of the committee what sort of engagement and a between and your more because I committee now you are supposed to relay the information to your base for them to understand some of these things. Parliament Juma offering a fear co-frame we are sorry them quantity will be again and sana wababa shemra and untina yawa representative of the people Nipano Mufri constituency we assume say they represent the people and once your person is in there then it means that you are being represented. It is their job to relay whatever discussion nema be a course I would have to committee anymore you can discuss with your political party and the discussion no course then you can make it a public debate but the LGBT mrai blue beer anywhere and we are then the sabotage starts and for me that is the side of the NPP I part of their politics I very disgusting the bill is out there punchy hole say say unconstitutional contravene with established provisions and as well and for that matter so if you are able to raise this legitimate argument then a man for the amount now because young consult we MP and I said that we go for no parliamentary no moody and then almost say NDC were numbers MPP number na so remember me na kote so na me papa na kote so and yet the same Ghana for now obo obere year and then our majority and once a panel majority in parliament definitely they use the numbers to do what they think is right and so if we say niema ba kwa na bienu bia nkoye na ene emrabo ebra you can contest it and again say tribunal na ba bonten and as a bill na ba bonten na say we free say ene ye 1992 constitution ebo ebra Article 2:1 Emma Obia Hokwan 130 say when a legislation has been done in excess of parliamentary offense the powers are not contravening with any of the articles in the constitution what they call Supreme Court about to and ABS Bebriama Parliament I am Supreme Court to Bebria to because their job is to ensure that they are consistent with the provisions. And if all these rooms are available under our constitutional dispensation, then what is the problem? So for me, it's just the usual politics. I yenye de hunukwa. Kokoto ne ko ha de. Ora ya manfo e kambo ma ye de ye bo aban sumo ni nyina ye because of one thing. Wonuma de kro. Cases in kokoto a ye gigigigigi wonte ho hwe biem. Gigigigigi wonte ho hwe biem because court no cases egu omo so na nya de koto ayetimi ma ya fanze ya kan asem ene now they are shared the next 6 months. You can't say man, and then they share the next step. The court does all these things just to ensure, say, open your room, I'll bet me a 7 doors on. A man for them ponchi case, you call a binum de Richie, a binum de land, oh Lord, no, oral cases are plenty. No, but see, I'm building court where Eddie Oram Quasem. Court na yedi mponchi na nkokwa asem no the same court na yedi oral asem and you need to create a space and this particular avenue where I buy ma wo ho kwan ama wanya a lot of court I buy available e be dealing with the backlog cases na and na Ghana for where anymore because Ghana for want a nipa bi ordinance abo man sikam so ye NDC ni so ye NPP ni so ye PPP ni biaro obenya kwanya akogina mra no na se court na kwa ye se gift your what asem aye kan about 3 months ago and yet one sem aqua because ya question ya postpone na kwesi baby fufura ye di asem fufura but ya will court be available that's a regional tribunals AD we I know the day no some of these cases in the other clear wow so for me I'm for it a new additional new introduction by your constitution ma any and you know so then we can say let us pause engage do consultation
but our constitution
but way our you can go to article 126 2b it's just implementing too. Constitution did not even mention it kekeo. The subsequent articles no more details and the bill no cry there and because the details about the composition structure already know it's in the constitution.
Okay.
The way maybe a jurisdiction ever confer on it cases and what cases and those kind of but the details of it is already in the constitution, which the act cannot do anything to change it.
Okay.
And so for me, I think it's the usual policy. But they need to say something. Camera backup channel so can ya no pay one the voice. I think that's just politics.
Okay. Yamra justice at Guba de no so no ye fa na ya de sorry. Last week wakasai o kan sem bebre o se onhu de enti kura is a natural Rollins Ukraine appointments na politicians ewi sunkrofo wi a na obes omodupu ye. Omodupu ye de act na baby. Makati.
I maybe be trap your first topic. Say mama.
Chairman, want to me dear no.
When you want to me on the tribunal.
On the tribunal, okay.
Regime accredited OSP.
Any constitution.
Na obiasio OSP ne ya wa Attorney General anti OSP officer no. And that regime no is against tribunal. No, that inconsistency of reasoning. Justice William Matuguwa retired.
Yeah.
I think say my friend access of the video no a consent to everybody. I think it's already legitimate point because we're not politicians. For the politician, not say we a spanner, we a screwdriver, we a plier, or hiawa. No or show. So we are no do akoto but be our foul. This a samaba. This problem about the car no I better screwdriver. I better plier no de akosi car no. That is how they reason. And the politicians a man for do mobile juma. Amananya to me no. Or we are or making new friends or pet or more or new mobile to me no. As say John may so rest in peace or say why I by a bulldozer or track when you are to me fast so they did not talk a low bed or so as that is the situation and a legitimate call so politicians but often politicians they only listen when they are out of power. Politicians tia futu abra to me in sem. That when they on share with the bread, on share kesi awoye, on share with nipa buying, or new better said in common. But to me no ban in some we are, and they will buy a dress what no, a new be designer na ye fools. So when you know a cantamantua. Yeah, my own kotono. and also the day and the brave one. And I can often say politicians they lose power, especially those in government. When I will lose power because near man kitty say, and I will be buofu. No man and I'm a bubefu. My cat no we buofu, so be out in one cotton chain. We should not just say, will support now, not a sort of tea, not with their call election. Typical example, Akufo-Addo winning with 169. Wow, 2020, a sort of that was a 136. And no crown, we saw it. 2024, it was a
88 from 169. From 169 to 136 to 88. Wow.
Yeah, because so a war position, a man for Jito, and another number move out there, or can or you radical, or you say, or buy a man for who's a boy, and yes, I not here. Say where you're clearing agent. Say where you're Mr. Lobote. What I say? I'm for shall see who's oh, there's a partner the way I who no, and yes, son are not here. Intina a sort sanity. Into a net year, yes, 57%. Mamma, yes, and now I think says Musa Danko was one of these research groupings. Echo can't say, as a mama rating, no, a swati kakra. But I say, rating no so better. It depends on NIPA. We will rate you based on how we feel. Ama ushiamia na me botomu ya uchiamia meseme honye me botomu nya that is it no people should open up na obi bia o mo fi say waye adwuma in their own assessment paboa or deserve it at least bibi kakra be call insem no so dia boa Ghana no they should do it.
Okay,
as na nipa nipa
Quite a member na visuals from High Court premises one mono, not just said the Eddie Kayakano, a one more 18 Monfanto so my na.
Angelina and another party.
Oh, Angelino, but Judge no, ni read na air costonwa, and now make cra. Oh, there be say court proceedings are possible. Oh, cross-examination presentations are possible. It's what it means. Sorry,
What's summarize it? You know,
summary.
Opposite kind will be
kind. Already because I see Chairman want to miss a reclamation. Yeah, also the man PW. If we near the I was sitting in an afterthought.
That's about be a quaid.
I was say afterthought. It's woman video no na.
3 hours.
Okay, but quadro, yeah.
When I made that say, me offer. Atibuya, why are they? By then, I didn't papa could be by. Who's our customer can ye? Now, Cobosu, Ignate, oh, Ignate, you want this banana, my infino. Omo can no one come. They don't want to put us away MP or the board or so. And they didn't know Pediamano. Yes, what they make us out of the number. For some no one minister.
Sir, or see minister because you need say be a Kazanato bet me ministerial appointment.
Just someone to know him. We will be our Sabia deputy Mpuda. At the next static baby, yes, because of now Papa Donald Trump. At the vice president, Babem on Chad or UPS or so, University of Ghana. Vice in the back.
Make that comparison.
No, more examples. So I don't know the infant baby, baby. Yes, the Papa president is here. Yeah, I am the minister. Deputy minister, we know what you are fine. But I'm minister there.
But I saw Abono.
What's our headache?
Deputy Abono, Minister Abono.
Yeah, but you're very reshuffle. If you're being a deputy.
Okay, so you got the other topic.
Now, the American say, wouldn't be NDC for the maybe I'm the come once and once. See, I probably bring a testament. Then I could do the next of me boy. And Crawford to Obama. Maybe constituency by was West Ogo. So I mean, the money who NDC for me raho. That's what we are piecing. What must say? What about a Ododio announcing we Obom Domiabra and NDC for Obom card do call how many times the cars call? But my constituency will be in the constituency. By hope Pono, Omuniamano. One more Yamo point or more positions. No, Nana, a call more from phone faster. I can assure you.
Oh, we are sure.
I'm telling you. me no kasa kota konso ensoyim kokore MC me no kasa sesi if community mining one community for na atwede den dia me de wani to so me de mount say on the to so be ho takwanso yim wukọ some wukọ me constituency MC yo no so no am for the full soldiers so
oba be gan na am for am nkogumu na when na beto abama wo
na me say so de example na make am so de me koto Canada sesi mabusuafo nyina become NDC and they vote to kwani mu yie because about papa beto aba na what am say in the politics are here na so hye ne yema ne yie NDC for ni team more thing me da bia me kan NDC appointees me yeti croway mu na national lottery sami okupe golden boy of NPP time we so national lottery the chair boys them ranted e maba we including NDC for yeti ha we win aba no akosa boba chepone akofo obi fiwa beto 1810 oba was national lottery me guess enemy now for I'll give you an example you can be guess and tell on NPP
okay but in the one crop for okay
and we better oba was Anthony pay mu wo fa house my say wo fa house my wo ko hon mo person be hu obi anim
bana Samia Uku Yusu na
the same one
yeah no
advantage you hon ma unipa be fa ayeye amanko for what
say NDC dey so a gold board
and this family so one of you man chance appointment the other na me catch you say NDC appointees about 80% they are too wicked to full soldiers no one person be hu nipa nim me no ka say ko Faster House na say nya bia Jones Zebra nipa nim na ye ko ne ho nipa ba ko mienu bi Mustafa Bandi bia o mo maka nyino bia no hu o chan po be fiu e neutral me kan maka ne wo what the Faster House wo tie apart from Jones Zebra njama na po no ono so say en saba ko pe no enso mu ayemre ja bia Mustafa Bandi bia why biem bobi na nche as one nipa gu onya de ketwa obi a person chese on go nyina djuma wonya asa oni mo obi a chair no wamuna oba na office I'm not ready to receive anybody and one of the go na ka asaba ne enko biemu ana en kan nya papa mu aka ka cha mamu wa joma ma ebu perfect en ko obi a kan this fo nyina ba pray joma ma tetem na me de ma no si no oba kan this fo nyina ba pray joma ma tetem won ma de ko joma pray joma ma tetem na e bia ko che kire no the wicked appointees now appointed omo wicked incrofo no etebi no person omo nko no so appointed incrofo for no bi so nidi na obi adidi ye and na yen never power no boy and this for do say that is Legon on cantonment and na me yes Legon boy bra be share this for better ebi to asase bi to die e bubu die
na obi omunya ahwe o hwe ma o ka mo se hwe nkoso bibia ma
ye do mo nyankopon my video go fie sa ma kita go fie
Ivan
ni one day be to am won say na wa wo obi a wo na one na ma to bibi ma ne di na nne wo hwe ni fie we say go ba ko mienu e be won ada no tina people again no ma ja say am so fa wo I'm telling you
okay Ivan
yeah I think say we are political research be over be we say we are buying we nya tumia the first people you lose are one kasa won krofo aban be about with the power bia no you don't lose the other side you lose your people first because na expectation is so high because obia aye bibi so much is expected and dodo na ntimi nyina omo so if they are expecting and san kan and so most of the election cycle no so what follow tem bia ekoto aba we stronghold yes someone for about 2016 ukọ voter regional na no other NPP dey ukọ
Ashanti region
yes and because na much is expected. You cannot deliver. Or you cannot meet the expectations of the people because of how you structure your political system. No, and just your system in such a way, say everything has been decentralized. So we here you don't need to walk to your friends at OB office and answer way. Now when the system is such that you can take advantage of the system wherever you are. And it will reduce some of these things. And again, the political party as a structure now should be in existence. Some of these things are coordinated, but very often political power now lose power. Party now for the but the party is supposed to be a structure because you know the members who and who has to be done giving what and what. But the political party they disappear. Never cut the structure of government. Now you see why. Don't forget. Structure na nkasa ya bayaduma so in a day me CEO na meti officer because say the pardon do say na meti me receive omo my office na aduma ben na meti me asen aye what I say so if you are not careful you end up abandoning the job then you meet people from morning to evening what I say so your system na nkasa no sick for me that is the problem and either your friends say strengthen the political party as a structure aban no ye na dwuma no political party no si ho ukọ party officer chairman nie general secretary nie we nie
ba we dey be chairman ni secretary ginafa na ba ni su ginafa
na party no kura wo hwehwa party na wo hu because party na for up and government in the siwo. So every single pressure be a constituency chairman no it is no longer to the party line but to the your friends national way which at that time maybe akwa make say we nim obi a ho what asem na make no nipa na we nim no eye party okwa party na nkasa so the structure no we nam ha enti for me I think that realizing this particular challenge you know I say you transfer you how because a deep political party nya a NPP nya a NDC nya 2016 and Ghana ni no if you are disappointed you cannot blame the person because no ko to aba na ode na hu nyina ewuram no the expectations so benya bibia firim
ode na kwa ya adwuma no
exactly so o transfer no hu say na me kwa de na minya hwemfiri the person will be disappointed nipa de who can do anything about it so I think say obetimi akọ wanim no I say you have to learn from your mistakes some mistake here cause no the concerns being raised ni na we weave into a solution and that particular solution no will include some structures here make here what the party structure is ho eti amamfo sometimes you see obi o hanye ska no kope o obi obi kwa kana sama kire de keke what I say if you have that particular structure in place and that particular coordination exists here nipa no ba kwa na so ba 100 Ghana cedis. Now when you be a manaka and papa chere na, I know the day it will not be as painful as all you be a kasa. So I think that we need to build that particular structure just to ensure that at any point in time, there is the go-to person. I'll wait me the person will not feel left out. So system na abandon me. Now boom, in as much as mania power, in as much as young point me, in as much as minya contract, I am still recognized because there are chains around me I can easily connect. But wherever there is a disconnect between party and government there will be a problem because there is no middle ground that all frustration will not go. So see, I'm not because will be no blame when this as a political party. The frustration will go to the government. But all things being equal, it's not supposed to be so. So I think we need to learn from some of these things and put up this particular structure. Party for the Ghana for Ghana for no. That's why you build a system, new institutions are
but party
then you have the party structure as well. And also taking care of
party
some of that is the only way I think that we can solve this problem.
Party for this to the mobile munya ntem na mo de nkofo akoye adwuma sword cutting ceremony koso ewo Abam Krom community clinic sword cutting ceremony Abam Abam Krom community clinic ya Captain Smart, your incoming MP. We said at 10 a.m. And a year, Gusugi, so, you know, Sapa Pepe.
We think it's second, then I can be found.
I say,
thank you, share Papa Koswa, and then Kawa Deputy Minister of Energy, and out of two constituency, and can be a host program, radio host. If it's about constituency, who do an answer. Monshani Pamum, when the Panipa from Monfa. Musuni mo buy different. It will be a to the near my yaka crab. No, I don't hero. It's a hero way, and I give me deputy and a year two. Yeah, two so. The other one two every year. I will soon buy Bonnie and Nipa woman tia.
And I say, Yachia Banda Chief, your wenchi, Alhaji Idrusu, when we are marching there, and Opebi, I know one day, Alhaji, and Opay. Slam alaikum. Oh, Parliament of Abaya Faber was so Kati, Yamua Hodin, Patente, Charles McCarthy, Vidase, Kadia Babidase, and Ivan Che, innocent, Midamunas Minia Memo, say Mubek. Send an opinion, my children, ya anopa. And Fiat go frasi and Ameja come back to us. I say you do the
influences of those things. So in order to preserve your original the originality of your thinking, don't expose yourself to a lot of things. So never be see social media me say minimum until say be abaha say we are walking by by from the genesis based in there me follow Krana campus amate.
Right.
The only part I'm interested in is the outcome. Which ordinary, I wouldn't want a situation where we work out transfer canadrin. There's a state ya channel, and I say, yet na famra quanson ya kwaku jelino, adanya unkuni po miae, and not none of the cocansem. Alaska, see a cassa ye leave that particular area not unregulated. Greyer, the young in recent times, where shadow sponsors of political party leaders, etimi kwasha mamfuachi, pase mudia banya tema, momara majemo. Your friends say, yeah, I'm crying on to you be on from mom or na Juma Jesus cry. Ha, auntie, oh no, or tell, oh, quite an abo, bejo. Or Gia for Gia for auntie, who could dear tell no bar, but we are bejo. Or Mudobako party office. You bet Garwa who nice say, I'm a would be a nadi. Ya catch or say, Yaboa basso. When you do these things, you incentivize. These are young people chasing attention. We say a lot of people you're born in Dinka can any do.
Only about me a quick picture.
Exactly. Attention or more shopping. And to me could do political opponent at them automatically no. But Jamia, why not? But that is not politics. That is not the lie of leadership. As Yakob Baumia, baby John Mahamati and a honor partner. And Juba. Na say ye do atembia, I will be happy. And people say I'm for dear Kufu do atem. Alaska me, I have never been on a platform. I have gone personal insulting somebody. Never. And I will never do that. It's always about the issues. Being president as an incompetent leader, not you as a father with your family. Whatever happens in your family, I don't care. What I say? Because every age you know when you're Nankasakran is a blessing. Because it's not easy to be 80. And I will not go to that line, but I am looking at your performance as a leader vis-a-vis the promises you made to the people, as against the corruption and air coso, as against the future of young people being taken away by your insatiable greed.
Okay.
And the desires that will make you family rich at the expense of these poor young people are more future in the country. That is my problem. What I say? So we need to change the political narrative. Na yam flip na yam who say certain element of decency will be embraced. So we opposition party now per power. Baby we are still doing you can't just your friends bring back 1990 2000 politics where you strike emotions, you flip the narrative for me as Antony me yang that tribal sentiment and ethnocentric supremacy me we ni so chemo sa ne ma ne and fly in the face of political logic. I would be anything. Alaska is about policies, programs, what you promise the people to do, the prospect of young people,
and
where they want to go, opportunity, credibility, very key. I will be our promises. I watch $1. They said them. Now you can share your $1 and do I said them unlock the key no quay ye.
Dollar no the key.
Without the quay or the number yes sir your friends or the Subway keeping. Now watch them. Dollar the Baumia said them for almost how many? Almost for 4 good years. Want to me MP that. And if we come back here now, Kasa, your major focus should be how do I reconnect to the people so that their trust more loose in terms of my ability to manage the economy now. You know, how do I win that particular trust back? Because I know economic lecture. How do you get that back?
Okay,
that should be the focus. It's not about sponsoring these. Your friend is saying young people who don't know their left from their right going on social media. Mame for our jare or that sort of between the not TikTok in some hunu and nipan can or motor or moka. And the sad aspect is omo motu kwan. Mese Ghana and Kwana say you 2 kwan kopesika. Alaska, uko ada relation as for yen 2 kwan for sika.